Hello, my name's Athena Kennedy and I'm an instructional technologist in the University of Wyoming Outreach School. This short video is about how to start a conference or a web conference in WyoCourses using Big Blue Button, also known as BBB. I'm going to show you briefly how to set that up and what the interface looks like. So let's get started. So here we are in WyoCourses already logged in. I'm logged in as Athena Kennedy, and I would simply go to my courses and groups, select the course in which I want to host the Big Blue Button session. So I'm going to choose Online WyoCourses Training Online Q&A. Here we are in the front page of that course. I would look at my left navigation, which is the local navigation for the course, and I would click on Conferences, indicating that I'm interested in starting a web conference. You can see the list of a variety of conferences that I've had in my history that are concluded, but the new conference will appear here. So I'm going to click New Conference, and here I have a number of choices. I can name the conference. We'll just call it Online WyoCourses Training Conference as it stands. We're going to host it in Big Blue Button, and we'll make it 60 minutes in duration. Keep in mind, if you're going to have a 60-minute web conference, you may want to set this to 90 minutes so that you have plenty of time in case you run over talking with a student or something like that. I can choose to record the conference if I want to, and that recording will be made available for up to 2 weeks after the conference has been concluded. Or I can choose no time limit in the conference if I want to keep it running for a while longer. Keep in mind, if you choose record this conference, you will have a recording that's made and stored for 2 weeks, as we indicated before. And if you do not choose to record this conference and choose no time limit, you can log out of the conference at any time. If you're recording the conference will end after 90 minutes has passed, as I've indicated the time duration here. There will be no option to end the conference sooner if you choose to record it. You can type in a description here, and your conference invitees will know what is going on in that conference. And you can choose to invite all course members, or in this case I don't want to do that because we have lots of people in here who might be surprised by getting an invite right now. So I'll just invite Christy Boggs, fellow instructional designer. And then I'll click Update, and it will send Christy a notification that the conference is about to start via her mobile device or email, or however she has her notification preferences set up. Then it takes us back out to the menu of conferences, and you can see the test conferences set up. All I have to do is start it. You also have a settings button right here and a down arrow where I can edit the conference or I can delete the conference. So I'm going to go ahead and start the conference, and it's now, as you can see, connecting to Big Blue Button. A couple of things to keep in mind is that Big Blue Button works very well, generally speaking, in Firefox, the browser Firefox. But you want to make sure that your Firefox browser is up to date with the most current version. It also seems to work well in Safari. Big Blue Button is not all that fond of Chrome, so if you're using Chrome, you may want to try Firefox. And generally speaking, if you're having any issue logging on to Big Blue Button at all, just go ahead, log out, log back in, and change your browser while you have logged out before logging back in, and that should help. And here we are approaching Big Blue Button. You can see here that the audio settings wizard has popped up. It wants me to allow access to my camera and microphone, so I'm going to do that. Allow access. I'm going to test the microphone so that I can see there's some green lights popping up here telling me this microphone is working. I can increase or reduce the volume, and I can also reduce the echo, and I have the option for a few other things here if I want to change the microphone that I'm using, but I don't. I want to use my built-in microphone, and so I'm going to close out of that, and I'm going to test speakers. And audio. I've muted my microphone in the conference so you don't get any feedback in this recording, but this is how you would mute or unmute your microphone. Probably the first thing you want to do when you get into the conference is mute your microphone until you're ready to speak with the students in the class. Now you're seeing Big Blue Button from a moderator or presenter view, and right when you log into Big Blue Button, this main module here is what this is called. The main window is called the main module. It's in presentation mode by default. It will give you moderator presenter access to a short video or viewer access to a short video. So I encourage you to watch both of those short videos. They will help you understand and learn Big Blue Button very quickly. Additionally, it gives you some brief instructions. So students will see this as well. So that's a great thing because they can help themselves in navigating around Big Blue Button. So I'm going to show you around now. Over here on the left-hand side, you have a window or a module, and it's for users. And you could see I am in the conference now, Athena Kennedy, and I have this little icon that looks like a screen. That means I'm the presenter. Over here, I have a number of options, muting and unmuting my microphone, and I can also lock my microphone. Whenever I have other users listed in this conference, I can also lock or unlock their microphones to allow them access to speak in the conference, and I can mute or unmute their microphones as well. I also can give them presenter status by clicking next to their name and moving the presenter icon down next to their name. Down here I have a few setting options, and my students have the ability to raise their hand. So once their hands have been raised, I can put their hands down individually, or I can lower all hands at once. I can also mute all users, and I can mute all users except the presenter as well. And that's probably a good idea when you start the conference so that it's not using up any bandwidth, and so that students are able to hear only you in the beginning to know that the conference is beginning. Okay. Down here we have webcams in the bottom left-hand corner module. So I'm going to turn on my webcam. It is opening the webcam settings here, and I think they'll work well for me. You can change your webcam settings or the size. I'm going to start sharing. Using the webcam does eat up a lot of bandwidth, so if you're on a wireless connection that's a little bit shoddy, you might want to plug into a hard connection if you can. Also, if you have several students in the class and they're all using their webcams, you'll see several thumbnails of little webcams right down here on the left-hand side. In that case, it can, again, eat up a lot of bandwidth and cause issues for some students who have a lesser internet connection. So what I would recommend is that you tell your students to turn off their webcams unless they are talking or unless they are presenting to save bandwidth, and that will seem to help. So you can see my webcam here. Again, the center area is the presentation screen area. You have lots of options over here where you can pan and zoom in. You can draw with a pencil, draw square, circle, or triangle, lines, add text, clear the page, and also undo something that you've just previously done. You can select a variety of colors, and you can choose the thickness of the line that you're drawing with. Down here at the bottom, you can see some arrows going back and forth with a 1/1. This is if you have slides. You can flip through the slides easily, and you can increase the size from 100 to 400%. You can also use the arrows to fit the presentation to the width or to fit the presentation to the page to make viewing easier for students. So I will upload something here now to show you how you can actually upload a file. Select File, and you just find something on your computer that you may want to upload. Let's go out here to Articles, and we will just upload this article that I have here. It's a PDF. Upload. And it's converting it to slides. And there it is. So I just clicked on this little upload presentation dialog box button and uploaded this article here that I might want to go through with students. Now let's say I want to highlight something. I could pick up the pencil and circle. I can also undo it undoing it in parts here. I can make that pen a little bit thicker, and I think I want to choose green, and I really want to highlight this sentence here. So I can do that as well, or easily undo what I've done by clicking the undo button. Or if I want a quicker way of doing that, let's make this a little bit thinner. I can just delete by hitting the X. If I want to type some text, draw myself a text box here. Oops. There we go. And I can type, here is some text in the box. Okay, and once again I can clear the board when I'm finished. On the right hand side you can see a chat box where students can chat with you in the class. And so I've typed a little message here, welcome to the class. And students, this is your public chat option. You also have the option to chat privately with any students, and you just select that student and chat privately with them if you don't want the whole class to see. This is where students can ask questions if they're having audio issues. So this is a very good way to communicate with students during the web conference, especially when microphones are turned off. It's kind of like a back channel, like a Twitter feed or something like that in the class where students can ask questions. You can change languages to a number of different languages here if you're teaching a course that uses another language besides English. And there's some shortcut help. If you have any questions at all, this help button is very handy. There's lots of videos, tutorials on Big Blue Button, and you can play those to learn more about Big Blue Button. Additionally, there's a demo. There's also some support. If you need help with Big Blue Button, you can either call the 307-766-HELP, which will get you to the University of Wyoming IT support desk for Canvas, or you can actually come to this page and look through the Big Blue Button frequently asked questions and look through some of the support modules that they have here. So you have a few options. So let's go back to Big Blue Button, and just in summary, it's a great conferencing tool for online. It is open source and we use it in Canvas. It seems to work very well for simple web conferencing in terms of having a presenter, a few students attend, and communicating via the chat with some audio and some webcam. In the next short video, I'll show you how to screen share in Big Blue Button so that you can actually share your computer screen, and that's using this button right up here on Share My Desktop. Okay, so please watch the next video, and thank you for your time. I hope this was helpful to you.